This recipe is for a homemade apple pie. Yummy! Pie ingredients: 6 to 8 good Granny Smith apples, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, half to 2/3 cups sugar, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, half teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice, 1/4 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 1 tablespoon of brandy, optional, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 double crust sour cream pie dough. Egg wash ingredients: 1 large egg yolk, 1 tablespoon of cream. Peel, core and slice or into 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch slices. As you cut the slices, add them to a large bowl with some lemon juice to help keep them from turning brown. Combine the sugar, flour and allspice, nutmeg, cinnamon into a bowl. Add the flour mixture to the apple slices and use your hands to distribute the flour through the apples so they are well coated. Preheat the oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius. Place a large rimmed baking sheet in the lowest position to catch any drippings. Remove 1 disc of pie dough from the refrigerator and let it sit at room temperature for 5 to 10 minutes. Place the disc on a lightly floured flat surface. Using a rolling pin, roll out the pie dough to a 12-inch circle, about 1/8 inch thick. As you roll out the dough, make sure it isn't sticking. If it starts to stick, gently lift it up and sprinkle a little more flour on the table surface to keep the dough from sticking. Gently place the rolled out dough onto a 9-inch pie plate. Press down to line the pie dish with the dough. Add the apple filling by arranging the apple slices in the dough-lined pie plate. Mount the apples in the center. Roll out the second disc of dough, again to 12 inches. Gently place the second piece of dough over the apples and trim any excess dough, leaving a 3/4 inch overhang from the edges of the pie pan. Fold the dough under itself so that the edge of the fold comes right to the edge of the pan. Press the top and bottom dough rounds together as you crimp the edges with a fork. Mix the egg yolk and cream in a small bowl with a fork. Use a pastry brush to brush the egg wash over the top and crimp the edges of the pie. Use a sharp knife to cut slits in the top of the pie crust for steam vents. Place the pie on the oven rack centered over the baking sheet. Bake the pie at 375 degrees Fahrenheit or 190 degrees Celsius until crust begins to lightly brown, about 20 minutes, then reduce heat to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Bake until the crust is golden brown and the juices are bubbling all over. Add an additional hour or up to another hour and a half, depending on the type of apples. If you have a thermometer, it should read 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 95 degrees Celsius when inserted in the center of the pie. Transfer the apple pie to a rack to cool for 1 hour. Serve slightly warm with a side of vanilla ice cream.